My media product uses, develops, and challenges forms and conventions of real media products through a variety of ways. My front cover uses generic conventions such as the masthead, jamming. This has a special font, different from the rest of the magazine, so that it stands out and the audience find it easily recognisable. I designed my masthead on Photoshop by using the Photoshop text tool and manipulating it to my own preferences. I made the text thicker and bold by adding a thin orange border around the letters. I also added a palm tree in the eye of jamming. My masthead is a sequence of my house style colours, red, yellow and green. I have named my magazine Jammin' after a Bob Marley single, as he is a legend of reggae music. Also, as it is a music magazine, I found jamming quite fitting, as it connotes playing or making music. This creates a shared understanding with the audience. My front cover has a lot of other key aspects, such as my competition box under my masthead in the left-hand corner. I've created layers of stars in green and yellow and with white text, which hasn't been used anywhere else in the magazine. Although it doesn't keep in with my house style, it allows the text to stand out to the audience. I've used green banners at the top and the bottom of the page to anchor the text within. In the banners, I have advertised other features of jamming and used little palm tree leaves as part of my house style to separate the text. This effect denotes a lovely sunny country, i.e. Jamaica, where reggae originates from. My barcode in the bottom right-hand corner of jamming also connotes the price and date of publish. My main cover image is of the artist Sanka, modelled by Craig N-Cube. Sanka is an upcoming reggae artist who has recently had a hit single, which will attract the target audience. The image is anchored by the main cover line. My main cover line is the artist's name, Sanka. It has a much larger font, and I've used the text Valiant to create star persona for Sanka through text. The text is in a bold yellow with a green outer glow to make the artist's name stand out to the target audience. My main cover line has the subheading straight underneath in the same font and colour but without the vast size and green outer glow, which shows they relate but doesn't detract from the star persona of Sanka. The subheading, The Man Behind the Voice, has an exclamation mark at the end which connotes excitement and says to the audience that they will find other interesting things about Sanka inside. My cover lines on my front cover are also in yellow, but are a lot smaller in size. The text I've used for my cover lines is Franklin Gothic Medium, which I have used throughout my magazine as a general text. My cover lines advertise other artists that feature in jamming and has a brief explanation as to what about them is in the magazine. This gives the audience a brief insight and leaves them wanting more, which will entice them into buying the first issue of jamming. I have pastiched the magazine Reggae Vibes and Vibe magazine for my front cover. I pastiched Reggae Vibes conventions such as a similar house style, as it is the same genre of music. Also, the masthead text for Reggae Vibes is the same font as my main cover line. My layout is also very similar to Reggae Vibes. They are different in certain layout aspects, as I didn't want to copy it completely, as I wanted jamming to be my own. For my contents page, I pastiched Toast magazine. Even though my original plan in my media pitch was to pastiche Enemy, I decided the layout of Toast magazine would be more fitting for the genre of reggae. I particularly liked the idea of a banner at the bottom of the page with the website address on, as I felt this was a good way to anchor and promote the website. For my double page spread, I pastiched ideas from Enemy magazine, where they did a double page spread interview on Nicki Minaj. I used the ideas of a layout of both text and images. I really liked the idea of Sanka taking up most of the page as star persona, but as I wanted to use 3 images of him, this wasn't possible. But by using 3 images of him, I still created star persona. I used my subheading from my front cover above the main headline, Sanka. My main headline is the same font and colour as my front cover to keep in with my house style. But instead of a green outer glow, it has a black drop shadow to make Sanka stand out more. My mode of address in the interview is peer-to-peer style and quite colloquial with chatty language, such as, "Wagwan Sanka, how are you finding America?" And Sanka replies, "Haha, wagwan jammin'." This is quite personal, chatty and colloquial. I have used 3 pull quotes above the 3 images of Sanka. I have used 3 interesting sentences from the interview so the audience are enticed into reading it. My 3 images of Sanka overlap the border, which I feel reinforces his star persona. He is wearing a leather jacket, which represents him as having a bad boy side, but with his orange trousers and his beaming smile, you can also see his peaceful, happy side being represented. His positioning is quite relaxed and carefree, showing he is an easygoing guy that likes to have a laugh. This also reinforces the reggae image.